Good morning, children of God. I found this when I said, oh, this is something I need to work on. Be true to yourself, and work constantly to improve that self. Not the other one. Not the other one. We do have one other thing we need to do before we get started this morning. Today, first Sunday in Advent. And I'm going to ask Ken to light our candle for us. Who? John. Wrong Ken. Ken's the other guy. Ken, sit back down. Hi, John. We practice this by the hour, you know. This is practice.
Get up there first.
That's right. I couldn't see his name tag. That's why I made that mistake.
That's okay, Bill.
Thank you. Now comes the hard part. Blow that one out without blowing the other one out. There we go. See, we practice this by the hour, can't you tell? For those of you who are expecting perfection, ta-da! Welcome, welcome, welcome. I tell you what, let's do. Let's get started. Let's stand. Join together, sing in the silence. In this moment, love is here, peace is here, truth is here, God is here. And we take a moment, O loving Father, Mother God, and acknowledge your presence, moving in and through us this day. This day we choose to be open and receptive and responsive to your instruction and to your guidance. In this moment, we are grateful for the opportunity to come together, to worship, to sing, and to pray in the name, in the nature, in the power of the Christ. Amen.
Today's daily word is faith, and the daily word will be read for us by Terry.
Yes, faith. With faith, I first believe, then I see. Some say seeing is believing, but my spiritual self first believes, then sees. Faith does not require that I know all the steps to take before I begin my journey. I pray with faith, then open my mind and heart to guidance. When children write letters to Santa Claus, they hope their wishes will come true. My belief is greater even than that of a child. With grown-up faith, I turn within and listen. The answers I receive may be chance encounters, unexpected opportunities, or exciting new ideas. My faith is confirmed every day. I follow through on my guidance. As I am led, I act. I put feet under my prayers. First I believe, then I see. And from Mark 10:52, Jesus said to him, "Go, your faith has made you well." Immediately he regained his sight and followed him on the way.
I'm not sure. Oh, I know we are. Sure. You see, one of the things that's really true about us is the more we play, and the more we understand who we are, and the more we affirm who we are in truth. the more that that will show up in our world. Okay? So I tell you what, let's do. Let's take our affirmation together. I am a child of the living God. I have within me the all-creating power of the Christ. It radiates from me and blesses all whom I contact. I am now in the presence of pure being and immersed in the Holy Spirit of life, love, and wisdom. I am now in the presence. Let's rest into that as we join with Steve. I believe in you. I believe. I trust. I have faith. Having spoken these words of the truth of us, gently now, easily, let us go to that place within that Jesus called our inner closet, our secret place. It is that place within you that there is no question, there is no doubt. The Father and I are one. And as we enter in this day, we follow his instructions. As you enter in, close the door. Close the door on those thoughts and feelings of what you should have done. Close the door on those thoughts and feelings of what you have yet to do this day, and for one holy moment, we rest. And in the stillness, in the silence, we listen. For in our prayers, we are learning to ask. Here in the stillness, in the silence, answers come. Perhaps this day in a word, peace, harmony, order, healing, perhaps in the vibration of the music that stirs your heart. Regardless of how these answers come to you this day, choose in this moment to reach out and say yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And in accepting these gifts, I immerse myself in them. From the bottom of my feet to the top of my head, for the tips of my fingers, each and every cell responds. In this oneness, I remember. I am a channel through which good flows into my world. This day, I open that channel wide. From me, through me, good flows. First, into this place, moving, touching, healing, growing in strength and in power as these thoughts join together with other thought of like mind. And in this knowing, I am blessed. From me, through me. This flow continues into our community, wherever that might be this day, into our city, touching, healing, blessing. And in this knowing, I am blessed. I choose to continue to be a blessing from me, through me, across our state, across our country, around our world, touching, healing, blessing. And in this knowing, we can look at circumstance and know, regardless of appearance, I am there. Good is there. And in this knowing, I am blessed. I continue to be a blessing from me, through me, throughout our universe. And here in the stillness, in the silence, that still, small voice says, remember, in truth and in spirit, we are never separate one from the other. And in this knowing, somewhere, somewhen, someone is saying thank you for the gifts that have come from you, through you this day, are gratefully received, and that gratitude swells up and returns to you. The circle of life, whole and complete. We rest in it. We breathe in it. We live in it for one holy moment. and knowing there is more yet for me to do this day, holding to this experience we have shared, gently now, easily, I bring my attention back to this place, to this now, to this way. And from my heart, I join with you and pray as Jesus, our elder brother, has taught us when he said, "As for you, pray therefore in this manner." have to follow that, right? That's the way it is. Tough act to follow. Yay! In case I wasn't singing out loud, yay! That's one of the joys of this time of the year is we add a little extra to our music program. Sometimes you do it throughout the year as well, but for the next few Sundays and up through Christmas Eve, a little extra music. Yay! See, and the right Steve was here again. Just saying. The perfect Steve was here once again. Well, he's that part that he's working on. Remember, we started with that. Practice with that one. Yeah. Oop, there we are. Faith. So the first Sunday in Advent, faith. I think that the verse that most people remember when it comes to the word faith comes from Hebrews. Before I go there, you need to hear this. God is all. This one that is all is perfect, life, love, intelligence, and substance. Man is, therefore you are, one with this perfect life, love, intelligence, and substance. Now we can go to Hebrews, the 11th chapter. And I had forgotten, till I went to do a little research, how much is there. But the verse we remember the most is this one. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, as it was the substance of things which have come to pass. And it is the evidence of things not seen. The King James words it a little bit differently. But I like the Lamsa because we're talking about substance. Faith coupled with vision, coupled with your word and your actions brings about demonstration. But sometimes you have to think about what faith does. And I hadn't remembered it until I read this one. And this goes through the whole 11th chapter of Hebrews. I'm not going to read you the whole thing. Just this one. It was by faith Abel offered a more excellent sacrifice to God than Cain. By faith Enoch departed and did not taste death. By faith Abraham, when he was called to depart from the land which he was to receive for an inheritance, obeyed. By faith he became a sojourner in the land which was promised him. Through faith also Sarah, who was barren, received strength to conceive an offspring. By faith Abraham, when he was tested, offered up Isaac. He lifted upon the altar his only begotten son, even the very one who had been received in the promise. By faith Jacob, when he was dying, blessed both of the sons of Joseph. By faith Joseph, when he died, made mention of the departure of the children of Israel and gave commandment concerning his bones. By faith the parents of Moses had him for 3 months after his birth, because they saw that the infant boy was fair. See, throughout our history, by faith first, and then action, and then stepping out into it. And when I read that, I thought to myself, okay, then I'm okay. When I'm willing to start from that premise that God is all and God is good, and that as one with that, then all I have to do is follow the directions. It's like baking a cake. Follow the directions. Thank God. Have faith. Act upon your belief. Ask believing, act upon your belief, give it the power of your word, the power of your actions, and ta-da! It shows up. Now, the challenge comes in my words and my actions sometimes don't match my thoughts and my feelings, and so I get a little bit of a picture. And that's when the question comes to mind many times. I hear this, I have lost my faith. Guess what? You can't lose it. You can ignore it. You can choose not to participate, but that's a choice you have. And I love this when somebody asked me one time, I'd like more faith. I asked the question, how much do you have now? And they said, I don't know. I said, let me give you a hint. You have 100% of all the faith you will ever need. 100%. You cannot get more of it. You already have it. However, because I am looking at my world instead of source, I forget the truth of who I am. That's when I need to make that shift. And that's what this holiday season is all about, is by using these tools that we have to bring about the birth of the Christ within you, to bring it out into your world. Begins with faith. See, it didn't go anywhere, by the way. It's still there, even if you can't see it. I know I've shared this with you before, that I have a blessing and a curse. The blessing and the curse is that I was born into unity. The blessing is that I was born into unity. The curse is sometimes I don't see how others manage to get through their day believing some of the stuff they believe. And so my tolerance level goes like that. But I'm getting better. Because I realize what it is. It's just a different perception, a different understanding of the truth as you know it. See, one of the premises is what? We live the truth we know. So as your understanding and as your awareness begins to expand, so will your truth, so will your living. And from time to time, you'll do the old one step forward, two step back game. That seems to be part of our human equation. Yay! Once again, back to the form. 2 steps back, thank you, God. I'm ready to step forward. I'm ready to look past this appearance. I have faith in substance. My thinking brings it about. We form our world through our thoughts and through our feelings. And our collective world sometimes doesn't look so good. If we only look at the surface. It's when we have learned to look beyond the surface, to say, oh, there's more than meets the eye. There are solutions to these issues if and when I'm willing to open up to them. One of the things I've learned over the years is the more I can get away from fear, the more I know solutions will appear. Ooh, that sounded like a bumper sticker, didn't it? That's for a big bumper. Anyway. I bring that to mind because this last week, my grandson was scooting down the road on his little scooter thingy. He's 9, just turned 9. And a dog went rah, 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 rah. And Ez decided he didn't want to mess with the dog, so he took his scooter and turned left, directly into the path of a truck. Now, what you just did, thank you, is the first thing that most all of us do. Oh, no. And Grandpa did the same thing. And then went, nope, let's activate the prayer chain. Number one, as soon as I heard, activate the prayer chain. That's first. Activate my prayer chain with this thought. Knowing that he is a beloved, perfect child of God, all is well with him. regardless of the appearance, all is well with him. Okay? And he's home right now. He has some other doctor's things, but the world works in great ways all the time. All the time. And this is one of those stories of faith in action, which is why I'm sharing it with you today. Right? The skin on his left leg was laid back. So when they put it back together, they told my son, well, you know, there's a 50% chance that it won't lay down properly. We may have to go back and do more surgery. And my son told me, and I smiled and said, yes, son, and went. Here's the opportunity for Ezra to learn how to heal. I would rather he did it a different way, but I'm not in charge of that. So my prayer has been for Ezra, not for Rob to get his head right, but for Ezra to remember how to heal himself and to allow that healing to take place. And so the stories come out with an attitude that's just outstanding. Just outstanding. When he was in the ambulance, the staff gave him an IV because they saw the injury. And I don't remember whether it's a guy or a gal, said to him, "Did that hurt?" And he went, "No, I'm a hockey player." Holy, you know, I'm a hockey player. Just cracked me right up. Right? He's in the hospital and they're working on getting him secured up, and his dad says it's Wednesday night, and Wednesday night is their hockey night. And Rob said, "Is it okay if I go to the practice and then come back?" And Ezra said, "Well, Dad, you made the commitment." See, he in his head, whether he understood it or not, I understand it. He already knew I'm okay. I am protected, I am loved, I am being cared for. My world will continue through this. This occurred, but it has no power over me. I have faith that I am whole and well. Now at 9, he's not going to say it that way. But you can see it if you're willing to look. I just see it. Had to change his Christmas list a little bit. Get pants big enough to stretch over casts. But step by step by step, things will occur. Right and perfect person is always going to be there. Turns out that the doctor who did the work in the hospital has a partner. And his partner, who is also a plastic surgeon, has a son. And his partner's son plays on Ezra's hockey team. And if, notice I'm playing the if game, or when, either one is okay, when or if surgery is needed, guess who gets to do it? My point is, it's already in place. I don't need to be concerned. I don't need to be worried about how we're going to go step by step by step. It is already done. Faith in the things hoped for, the substance hoped for. What a great story for the first Sunday of Advent. Would I rather it happen to somebody else and could be able to tell the story? Sure. Grandpa's going to get in the way. It just is. But Grandpa's living through it. And it allows us to take a look at our world in a whole new way as we prepare for the bringing about of this birth, rebirth, perhaps, of the Christ within you. It starts with faith. I know that no matter where I am, God is. I know, regardless of the appearance, in the midst of that, God is. And I can go, and the faster I go, yay, the better. Thank God. for the circumstance. And the knowing that I have the ability and the capability to step through it and get a different picture. In Ezra's case, a picture of wholeness and wellness. In Colorado, healing. For our brothers in the Middle East, peace. Begins with what? Begins with faith. I know it to be true. May take a while for me to get there, but I know it to be true. I know it because of the promise. These and greater things shall ye do. I know it by his commandment. Love one another, even as I have loved you. And so, if there's a question mark about how to tap into faith, breathe. And to this body temple, say, I love you. Together? I love you. To this body temple, I bless you. Together? I bless you. To this body temple, I appreciate you. Together? I appreciate you. Breathe. In this season of knowing, to this body temple, I look past the appearance and say, I behold the Christ. Together? I behold the Christ. It is done.
Thank you for listening. Please feel free to pass this message along to your friends and family. You can obtain additional audio tapes or CDs by visiting our website or by calling our office at 541-772-6902. We invite you to join us in prayer. We know that prayer works, and now you can send your prayer request to our prayer team here at Christ Unity Church by using the form on our website. The activities, programs, and services of this ministry are presented on a love offering basis. All gifts, regardless of size, are gratefully accepted. You may participate either by sending your gift to Christ Unity Church, 540 North Holly Street, Medford, Oregon, 97501, or by visiting us on the internet at www.unitymedford.org.